Hey, this is Mindsprout. Today, we are diving into one of the most explosive and, honestly, most important plays of the Elizabethan era, Thomas Kyd's The Spanish Tragedy. Now, this isn't just any old play. This is the one that basically invented an entire genre and really set the stage for guys like Shakespeare. It's this incredible tale of love, betrayal, and a whole lot of bloodshed that really tapped into this idea that, hey, maybe sometimes the only real justice is the kind you have to take for yourself.
Yeah, that's right. This play pretty much single-handedly created the revenge tragedy for English audiences. So we're going to walk through the entire jaw-dropping plot. But you got to understand, this is so much more than a simple revenge story. Kyd built this thing like a masterpiece, so structurally wild that it needed multiple layers of reality just to tell its story. So how does he do it? Well, the structure of this play is just genius. Think of it like this. We, the audience, are watching a play where a ghost and the actual spirit of revenge are also an audience watching from the stage. They're watching the main characters who, in the end, become an audience for another play within the play. It's a play inside a play being watched by ghosts. It's totally meta.
All right, so let's get into it. Our story kicks off in a pretty unusual place, the underworld. We meet the ghost of Don Andrea, a Spanish nobleman who was just killed in a battle with Portugal by their prince, Balthazar. And, as you can imagine, his spirit is not resting easy. He wants justice. So, the underworld kind of grants his wish. They send him back to Earth, but not alone. He comes with a partner, the literal spirit of revenge. The actual embodiment of it. These two become our commentators, our ghostly chorus, sitting right there on stage watching everything unfold, with revenge promising Andrea, "Don't you worry. Everyone involved is going to get what's coming to him." So now we jump into the main action at the Spanish court, where things get messy, fast. Remember Prince Balthazar, the guy who killed Andrea? Well, he's now a prisoner of war, and guess who captured him? None other than Horatio, who was Andrea's best friend. You can already feel the tension, right? And smack dab in the middle of all this is Belle Imperia. She was Andrea's secret lover, and now she's being forced into a political marriage with Balthazar, the man who killed the love of her life. But here's the thing you have to know about Belle Imperia. She is not a passive victim. Oh no, she has her own plans for vengeance.
And this is where her character gets so fascinatingly complex. She starts up a romance with Horatio, her dead lover's best friend. So, is it real love? Partly, but she's also very clear that it's a calculated move. She's doing it to spite Balthazar and to use Horatio to help her get revenge for Andrea. She's this amazing, proactive character who really pushes the whole story forward.
Well, you know how these things go. A secret affair that explosive can't stay secret for long. Belle Imperia's brother, Lorenzo, finds out about it. Now, he sees her relationship with Horatio, who isn't nobility, as a huge insult to the family's honor, and it messes with his political plans. So he teams up with the jealous Balthazar, and together they bribe a servant to find out where and when the secret lovers meet.
And this is where the play takes its first really dark turn. While Horatio and Belle Imperia are meeting secretly in a garden arbor, Lorenzo and Balthazar ambush them. They viciously stab Horatio to death, and then, in this truly horrific move, they hang his body from a tree for his father to find. Belle Imperia is dragged away a prisoner of her own brother.
And the father who finds the body? His name is Hieronymo. He's the Knight Marshal of Spain. This is a man whose entire life, whose whole identity is about upholding the law and delivering justice. And now, he's confronted with the ultimate injustice, the brutal murder of his only son. So at first, Hieronymo does what he knows how to do. He tries to use the system. He tries to petition the king, but Lorenzo, being the king's nephew, blocks him at every single turn. Then, Belle Imperia manages to smuggle him a letter, written in her own blood, naming the killers. But Hieronymo is so paranoid and grief-stricken, he worries it's a trap. The system is completely failing him, and you can just feel his sanity starting to fray. This is his breaking point. Realizing the official system is corrupt and useless, Hieronymo makes a fateful decision. He's done with public justice. From now on, it's about private revenge. His cry, "Vindicta mihi," that's Latin for "vengeance is mine," is his turning point. He's taking the law into his own hands.
Overwhelmed by all this grief and powerlessness, Hieronymo seems to descend into madness. And this was a popular idea back then, that an injustice so great could literally shatter your mind. But Hieronymo's madness is so clever because it's both. It's a genuine expression of his suffering, for sure, but it's also the perfect disguise. It's a mask that lets him plot his revenge without anyone suspecting a thing.
And his plan is absolutely ingenious. As the court is getting ready for the wedding of Balthazar and Bella Imperia, Hieronymo proposes that they all stage a play to celebrate, a play that he wrote called Solomon and Perseida. And the murderers, Lorenzo and Balthazar, they just see him as this harmless, grieving old man. They think, sure, sounds like fun, and they eagerly agree. So Hieronymo gets to cast the main roles, himself, Bella Imperia, and, you guessed it, their two targets, Lorenzo and Balthazar. The stage is literally set for revenge.
But wait, it gets even more clever. Hieronymo tells the court there's a special twist. Each actor is going to perform their part in a different language. This is brilliant because it ensures the audience will just be focused on the spectacle and the action, but they won't understand a word that's being said. They will have no idea what's truly about to happen. And here it is, the moment the line between art and reality just completely dissolves. The court settles in to watch what they think is a fictional tragedy. They think the actors are using stage daggers for some dramatic fake deaths, but what they don't know is that Hieronymo has swapped the props for real weapons. He is using the art of theater to commit actual murder in plain sight. And so the play within a play begins. The action unfolds, and right when the script calls for it, Hieronymo's character stabs Lorenzo's character. At the very same time, Bella Imperia's character stabs Balthazar's. But the actors, they don't get back up. The deaths are terrifyingly real.
What follows is just a cascade of pure horror. After killing Balthazar, Bella Imperia stabs herself and she dies. The court is in absolute shock. Hieronymo drops the act and reveals everything, even presenting his son's body as proof of why he did it. When the king demands to know who else was in on the plot, Hieronymo makes sure he can never be tortured into talking by biting out his own tongue before fatally stabbing himself.
Let's just pause and absorb that body count. By the time the curtain falls, there are nine characters dead on stage. This is the kind of bloody spectacle that absolutely cemented this play's reputation. And all the while, our ghostly audience has been watching. With the stage just littered with bodies, revenge turns to Don Andrea. His death has been avenged many, many times over. Andrea is finally satisfied. And now revenge prepares to drag the guilty souls down to the underworld for their eternal punishment.
And that's the story of the Spanish tragedy. It's a play that leaves us with this powerful, really unsettling question. The only way Hieronymo could find justice was by turning it into a theatrical performance. So what does it mean when the only way to right a wrong in the real world is to create a fiction to destroy it? It suggests that sometimes art doesn't just imitate life, it has to violently intervene in it.